Hello, everybody. I hope you are having an absolutely wonderful Monday on the lovely day of the first sneak peek of the Erin Condren 2023-2024 Life Planners. Yes, this is one of my favorite times of the year. And if you are returning, then you will know that around this time of year, sorry, I'm getting used to where I need to look. I haven't had my camera going and live streaming in apparently too long. If you are new here, then if you're returning, then you will know that around this time, we take some time to analyze these sneak peeks and dig out as much info as we can. If you're new here, welcome. If you are watching live, please let me know in the chat. I would love to say hi to you. And if you are watching the replay, let me know in the comments below. I'm also going to be trying something new at least this week, though hopefully I can keep it up throughout the entire news cycle, is that I'm going to do a live stream when the sneak peek comes out, and then I will film a slightly less chatty, more condensed analysis version that will go up within, my goal is 24 hours. We'll see if that actually happens. You know, between me and life and my editor and their life, you know, you have to excuse me if things aren't perfect. But my hope is that we can have a lot of fun here live. I really love doing that. And then I know some of you guys that are really busy but still want the info, don't necessarily want to watch a whole replay or can't be here live, but you still want the info. So that is going to be my experiment. And I also wanted to give you a heads up if you see two videos that look kind of similar. That's why, because one of them is the live replay, and if all goes according to plan, one is that other video. This is Opal, by the way, for anybody who doesn't know her. My cats always descend as soon as I start live streaming. And luckily, I have a very twisted but good selection of springs, which they love chasing after. So that's how I keep them entertained. I am drinking some tea in my mug that came in my Erin Condren fall surprise box. Let's see. Oh yeah, here we go. Change is beautiful. I need a lot of reminder of that. Like a lot of change going on right now. I know a lot of other people have a hard time with change and not just me. So thought I would remind you all of that. Before we actually get into the sneak peeks, I just want to say hi to a couple people that are here live. Hello, Sharon, you're listening at work. No worries whatsoever. I know this is a little bit earlier in the day than I often stream. I had a couple of conflicts today. Oh, never mind. I was going to say, I think we're having an issue with the chat on the screen, but I think that was my fault from when I was testing everything at the beginning, so I think we'll be okay. I also see Elizabeth here. It's your first time making it live, but you look forward to my videos. That is so sweet. That is so sweet. I have to say, as somebody who is like an eensy bitty micro YouTuber, and usually doesn't get a lot of views, it is like really amazing to not only see you guys when you do like have comments or talk in the chat, like, you know, I get to see, and not your faces, but your names, and I feel like I know you guys, but then also hearing someone say that they like look forward to my videos every year, like, I don't know, it just makes me feel, it's all the warm fuzzies, and I'm totally for the warm fuzzies. For me and for other people. And Lynn is here. I'm glad to hear you're excited. I'm so excited too. Actually, I've known a little bit about this week's sneak peek for a couple of weeks because Erin Condren will be sending me a PR box with the planners a little bit early. So they actually sent me some of this. When I was making my selections, did my best to just look at like as little as possible to tell them what I wanted. So basically what I remember is the themes, which is what we got today, so I don't have to pretend that I don't know anything this time around. I've had to do that in the past. And I haven't had to, but I have. So I don't have to pretend this time around that I don't know anything. And you guys will get to see the planners a little bit early. I think the embargo is up on April 17th, if I'm remembering that correctly. So yay, this is gonna be so exciting. Let's just go ahead and jump right into all of this. Oh my goodness, this has been so long since I've streamed. And here we have all of the chat showing up on the screen. I have like 2 different ways that I programmed the chat in a long time ago, and apparently my 2 different ones are different on the different screens. And hello, Ackman. I know it has been so long, so long. And but I'm happy to be back, and yay. So we have 3 new designs this year. We pretty much knew we were gonna get 3 designs. We have the past couple of years. So I'm very excited for these 3 themes. They're all, I won't say my favorites of the themes, but they're like up there. You can see my screen. I will also say that because of the way that they did the sneak peek website this time around, like it's all fancy, but it also makes it really hard for me to zoom in on stuff. So I apologize. See, like I try to scroll down a tiny bit and it goes down. So anyway, 3 new Life Planner interior designs, something beautiful for everyone. Find 3 unique Life Planner interior designs available across your favorite proven layouts. All right, so the first one we have, and no, not that, like, here, let me see if I can change my size so it's framed a little bit better. No, it's gonna be at the edge either way. Okay, well, oh well, this is what happens. So, this is gonna drive me nuts. So the first one is Inspire, and the page is cutting off this a little bit, so I'm gonna make it so that at least I can read it. Oh, and that also makes the picture bigger for you guys. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna make it bigger that way so that that is bigger. And then even though the text is cut off, I will read that for you. I was gonna read it anyway. So Inspire was made in collaboration with the artist behind 𝗬𝗓𝗐. The artwork involves inspiration with bright hues and expressive movement, helping you celebrate life's changing tides and those moments big and small. So first off, I absolutely love this. I'm not sold on it being my favorite theme yet. You guys know I do tend to be a fan of the quote unquote like main theme, whatever it is that year. So I love this. I also absolutely love that they collaborated with the artist behind 𝗬𝗓𝗐, not only because I love her artwork, but because I know that a lot of you guys outside the United States can't get the 𝗬𝗓𝗐 covers and other things because it's due to licensing and things like that. So I love that they have this that's by that artist. So it's kind of still in the same style, but you can get it outside of the US. But yeah, just absolutely gorgeous. Now, I personally tend to be a little bit more of a cool colors person versus a warm colors person. So they have the cover here. Of course, Opal, you're going to cross right in front of me. She wants another spring. We have another yellow one. Okay. I really love the way they have the swirls and everything on the inside. And I forgot to grab last year's planner so that I can compare. So I'm going to do that right now because it should be right kind of beside me-ish. Maybe, if I can find it. Here we go. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. So what I want to do is just kind of take a look. This is the Harmony, no, this is not the Harmony theme from last year. This is Color Blends. So this is a little bit more of a one-to-one with another one of the themes, the one that is more neutral, but that one's like real neutral. But anyway, just, I guess, oh no, here we go. I know it's really tiny, especially on phones, but I just wanted to show you that I'm kind of looking at it on the side, and we get the monthly spread, not even the full monthly spread. But yeah, I really love these swirls across the top. I'm really excited to see how much of that makes it onto the weekly pages, and for the daily planners, how much of it makes it onto the daily pages. I know I told you I did get a little bit of a sneak peek because of PR stuff, but I didn't get to see like all inside the books and all of that sort of thing. I think these might have even been the pictures. No, maybe not. Anyway, I even if I did see it, I don't remember. And I'm intentionally not going back and looking because, again, it's all under embargo unless it's released publicly, and I don't want to get in trouble, and I want to be a good little affiliate and, you know, still have Erin Condren send me stuff early, and period. So yeah, I think this is absolutely beautiful. And if I remember correctly, this is the planner that I chose, the 7x9 planner I chose to have them send me. I don't have it yet. I think they said they're going to send them out next week. So yeah, but I'm probably, even if I get it by next week, I'm probably going to wait to look at it again so I can be a good little affiliate. Oh, hello, Sarah. I hope you're doing well. Glad to have you here. So yeah, that is the first one. Pink Spring that time, in case anybody was curious. And she didn't even go running. Opal, this is not what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to go running after the springs and leave me the hell alone. There we go. Okay, by the way, remember to like this stream if you haven't already, because that helps me out. Okay, next one, wildflowers. So this one says, wildflowers will give you a sense of personal growth and progress while retaining a vintage look through pastel hand-painted watercolor florals. I've mentioned this before, and I will say it again. I'm usually not the biggest fan of the flower motif that gets chosen every year. That being said, I'm liking them more and more every year. I do really love the style of watercolor. A chat without a cats would not be a tough chat, Ackman says. By the way, I'm going to get to your other comment in just a sec. Yes, that is true. It would not be a cat chat. I was actually on a knitting group yesterday, and I was casting on a sock, and I'm like, I'm sorry, my cats are like attacking me and my yarn, and everyone was like, your cats always attack you in your yarn. I'm like, yes, but they're worse right now. Every time, it always seems like it's the worst it can get. At that point in time, it was like at the very beginning, things were very delicate and my stitches were in danger of falling off, and I was kind of annoyed. They almost went to jail, which is my bedroom, by the way. No actual animal torture happens in my place. Well, I don't intend to, and I actively try not to, but I'm not going to say never because something might happen inadvertently. That's probably a real downer. Ooh, and here we have Coco. I showed you Opal for a sec earlier, so here's Coco. She's a tabby. Hello. I named my sticker shop after the kitties. And just as a reminder, if you are looking forward to the planners, want to get some stickers for your new planner ahead of time, or even for your current planner, I run a sticker shop on Etsy. There's a link and a coupon code down below. No pressure or anything like that. If you can't afford it, no worries. But if you're going to look for planner stickers anyway, check out my shop. Yeah, shameless self-promotion. Okay, so back to wildflowers. This is my favorite of the floral themes so far, just because of the way they have incorporated the watercolor into the florals. But again, that's like not really my jam when it comes to colors in here. Like, it's not my jam when it comes to planner themes, I guess. But because of the way they have done them with the watercolors this year, I think it is my favorite. And I keep looking over that way because I do have one of their planner totes from last year, and it's like halfway across the room. But I'm just kind of, I'm comparing, because I think that was last year's floral pattern. By the way, I don't use it for planner stuff. I mostly use it for, I don't know, whatever it is, yarn, whatever, you know, it's, I bring it outside to my outside patio. I have a lot of Erin Condren stuff that I don't necessarily use for planners, but I still love it. But yeah, a lot more texture here. Still not my jam, but I really do like that cover as like something in a vacuum. So I want to get back to Ackman's comment. How is flowers new? They have had them the past few years. That is true. They always change them up. And so for somebody who is not looking at them, they look identical. And then when you go back and look at them, it is definitely subtle differences, but there are differences in the way they do the flowers every year. I think there are some people at Erin Condren who are a huge fan of these flower themes, and obviously they're selling well enough that they keep doing them. So, yeah, I've told you already, it's not the theme for me. Sounds like it's not the theme for a lot of you guys too. Let's see. So Katie says, Wildflowers is pretty, but I'm kind of over the look. Same font, same colors as the previous 2 years. Ooh, I hadn't thought about the font, but you're very, very right. They always do that really cursive, beautiful font, and I have no problem with that sort of font. But even if they changed up the font a little bit, or if they did change it up a little bit, change it up a little bit more, I think it would have a more distinct look. They also usually use similar color palettes, not the same, but similar color palettes for the flowers. It would be interesting to see them use something brighter one of these years, like, you know, really bright or something like that, so that it had more of a difference. Now, one thing I will point out, and it still could be coming, but for Inspire, they haven't mentioned we're getting a neutral option of this yet. So in the past, we've kind of had 4 themes because we've had that like quote unquote primary theme in both colorful and neutral, and they have not mentioned there's a neutral one, and I don't remember if we have that yet. Couple other comments that I want to look at real fast. Don't like the font for Wildflowers. It's hard to read. I am not a fan of the font for Wildflowers. I agree with that. I don't personally think it's hard to read. But what I will say is while I like cursive and script fonts, I tend to be very picky about them and what ones I like. Searching for fonts is, well, not the bane of my existence, but in design, it's not one of my favorite things. They don't have as many constraints with fonts as I do when I'm searching for them because I'm trying to put them on like tiny little stickers. So there's a bunch of them that like just are like knocked out of the running because they have very fine lines and can't be seen that small. And obviously for a planner, it's not nearly as much of a big deal. But yeah, it's just not my style. But as I said, I know that there are people at Erin Condren who absolutely love it and love the florals, and they sell well enough that they keep doing them every year. So, Lynn, not Lainey, sorry. Have you checked on the kittens you fostered last year? I have not checked on them. I never check on my fosters. This is gonna sound really sad, but it like makes me depressed that I sent them back. And I know I can't actually adopt any more cats because Coco and Opal are not a fan of fosters. But yeah, I don't really check on them. The other thing is that for anybody who doesn't know, by the way, I foster cats. I actually haven't fostered any for a little while, but I fostered kittens a few times. And I've fostered mom and kittens. I had a pregnant mom once. I'm guessing you guys are talking about the 2 boys that I had last summer because I think those were the ones that I primarily shared with you guys. They were adorable. They were also bottle babies, and I'm never doing bottle babies again unless I have someone to share the work with because feeding them every 2.5 hours overnight is really hard. Anyway, I foster through, what is it? Or the Oregon Humane Society, and they don't really give us any information about where the kittens go. They have a page where you can see who was adopted recently, but other than that, you really can't see. But they are. All right, end tangent. As 𝗚𝗏𝘁 has said, it is not a TEF stream without at least a few tangents. So let's see. 𝗚𝗏𝘁, you wish or want them to allow us to choose from a couple of fonts when you can personalize the planner. I would have gotten a couple ones, but hated the font they use, so I didn't get them. That would be cool, but I understand why they don't. When we personalize the planners, what we're personalizing is the cover. The guts of the planner is like the same for everybody, regardless of what cover you get and what personalization you get. And so like all of that's going to be pre-printed, and then when you personalize a cover, they're going to have to print that specially for you. So once you get into personalizing the insides of the planner, I can see how that would make things infinitely more complex for them and how they wouldn't want to do that. Just from like a manufacturing standpoint, I know they're a much bigger operation than I am and they have a lot more people, but as somebody who does run a small Etsy shop, I offer a lot of my stickers in multiple sizes and or colors, and it can get a little confusing what people select. And so adding another layer on top of that, I know from personal experience, can get confusing. And at some point, with so much that people can choose from and like customize, I feel like they do have to draw a line. Let's see. Lynn, I read your mind on inspire being neutral. Yeah. Elizabeth, you're saying you love the pastels and wildfire, but can't deal with the floral elements on the pages because you use stickers. And that is actually a wonderful segue into Canvas. So what they say here is Canvas nurtures both the minimalist and maximalist among us. Sleek, understated feel that can be brought to life with personalization to suit your style, like stickers. And they actually sent out an email a little bit earlier today that has slightly different quotes, I guess, in it, and from different people that work there. And so we're going to look at that next. But from what we can see here, this is very simple. It looks like everything is gray here. We do have that little Erin Condren logo asterisk that they use everywhere. We also have that right here at the top of the notes section at the month. Now, looks like it doesn't say notes up here. At least color blends from last year, I just checked, did say notes. I have to say it's kind of obvious that it's notes. But it is, very simple. And I think this would be a great canvas. I know that's the name. I think this would be a great place to put planner stickers. I personally, this is me, they can't please everyone. I would love an option with colorful tabs where the pages are a little bit more blank. But people were specifically asking for gray tabs. I know that was a huge conversation topic that we had last year. And so, they have to do something. They can't let you personalize everything. 𝗚𝗏𝘁, you're saying you like the canvas most. You do like the same color in a planner. The canvas looks too plain for me. I will have to wait and see what they offer that we can change in it. My guess is that we won't really be able to change too much in it. My thought for canvas is actually almost what I feel like the focused collection should be. And they actually talk about that, and they're releasing it at the same time. But when you look at this, it is very, very similar. The biggest differences that I can see based on the fact that we can't even see the entire page is that the focus collection does have a different font. This one is a serif italicized font for the month, and then the date is a sans serif font. By the way, the serifs are the little like lines at the top and the bottom. So like this little line on a C is a serif. So a font that doesn't have that is a sans serif font. So we have a mix of two different fonts. We have this font going across the top. I think this is the same font they use every year. It looks like a very, very familiar font. This one, the whole thing is sans serif. And the difference between the month and the year is that this is bold and this is not. We can't really see the notes thing here, but what we do have here is a little mini calendar up at the top. This one we can't. I know they were trying to do something fun with this website. It's really annoying. I almost took all the pictures and just put them in a slideshow, and I didn't, partially because I ran out of time, partially because I didn't think it was necessary, and next week I might do it if I have time. Knowing me, I probably won't. But we can't see if it says like notes over here. Obviously, this doesn't have the asterisk motif, and it also has black tabs instead of the gray tabs. The Focus collection also has, does not have interchangeable covers. They tend to be, I think it's faux leather covers, and they tend to have different patterns and things like that. Their little blurb is, our new Focus designs have been crafted to keep your attention on what matters most. Whether you're a busy professional or take life as it comes, you'll love the streamlined layout and minimal design. I feel like they could have combined the Focus and the canvas into one design that would suit both of those needs, because my guess is that canvas is going to be very plain, and the biggest design element it's going to have is some like italicized fonts and some asterisks, and I feel like that would fit very well into the Focus collection, and I feel like that would be a good way to open up, either not have as many themes or open up the space for another theme, because I do feel like there's crossover. What I will say, I've never tried something from the Focus collection, but it looks like they don't use the exact same layouts and dimensions as the other ones, which means if you are a sticker planner, that could be a problem, especially if you like buying sticker kits. You want to make sure that, like, if you always buy vertical kits, that you don't specifically choose a planner that's not going to fit in accidentally. You know, if you know it's not going to fit in it, that's one thing. But yeah, the Focus planner, there's that month there. My guess is we're going to have a month at a glance down here on Canvas and all the others. I don't think we can see that corner on any of them. No. And I know it's really tiny because, again, I can't blow it up, but you can see that they're using that same font. I think, nope, this is a different font, but I'm pretty sure it's the same font here and on the first one. And then here they're using a serif font for the days of the week. And this one does say notes. I don't think we can see. Oh, and that one does say notes. So it's just the Canvas one that doesn't. Interesting. And we can't see focused. I think that's it. Yep. So the next one is going to be on April 10th. My hope is that on April 10th, we're going to see the insides of the planners, hopefully for all the different layouts. If I'm remembering correctly, for 7x9, we have vertical, horizontal, hourly, and daily. And then in the past, for A5, we've had vertical, compact vertical, horizontal, and daily. Yeah. So hopefully we will get some information about what those layouts look like inside. Often they will show us like different views and different themes. We'll see what we get. But I am very excited for that next week. I do want to take a look again at the comments. I don't know why I keep telling you that I'm going to take a look at the comments. I kind of do that all the time. Ackman, you wonder if they will put the infamous monthly calendar on every other page like they have been. Possibly. They seem to go back and forth every year, though. Sarah's saying you think you'll do Canvas or Focused this year. Elizabeth says Canvas is probably the planner I've wanted them to create for years. Yeah, as a sticker planner, I love Canvas, but I also really love Inspire. I guess for me, because I don't tend to use monthly stickers, my like perfect combo of the two would be to have the weekly pages be Canvas and then everything else to be Inspire. That way I can do my weekly planning with stickers and the rest of it is beautiful because I do love the themes. That being said, last year I actually ended up using, well, I guess it's this year, I ended up using my A5 more than my 7x9, which I did not expect. I was highly critical last year of compact vertical, and I actually ended up liking it. For me, I do have to specifically put a checklist in there. If I don't, then it's useless. But if I put the checklist in there, it's great. But I don't see any reason why they're going to get rid of that this year. So it'll be interesting to see how these themes translate. Ackman, you hope there are more color options on the canvas than this, or neutral. You cannot get any more neutral than they are showing you. I think it is going to be neutral. I think it's just going to be black and white. In the past, whenever they've since they offered the neutral option, every time they tried to stray from like just black and white, there's definitely people, often sticker people, who have gotten annoyed at them for it. So I think that this is just going to be it for Canvas. I think you'll still be able to choose your own cover. You can kind of see here where the cover is laminated. So we're still going to have the interchangeable covers, but you'll probably still be able to choose your coil. But I think, sorry, I think that this is pretty much what we're getting. Lynn is saying canvases for sticker people, focuses for no stickers. Yes, I do agree. I still think they could combine them into both of the audience. Focus seems to be a more masculine version of their planners. That is a good point. If this is the only look that Canvas has, then it's too bland. I think that's the point. I think this planner is supposed to be one for people that want to cover every page in stickers. Yeah, I think that's the point of Canvas. So I don't think there is going to be too much more going on. But as I said, we do have a little bit more to look at in the email. Let me kind of push this over. This I can actually zoom in on. Sorry. So this is the email that went out. Check out in your inbox every Monday for exclusive peeks and details to make this year's upcoming launch our biggest and most exciting yet. I'm interested to see how they're going to follow up on it being the biggest and most exciting yet. But we shall see. That could also just be marketing. Also, I want to say that when the Inspire one comes up, the way they have like the metallic over here is really pretty. I wish I could pause it. I probably can. I'm not going to figure out how though. Okay, so we have our 3 new interior designs. And we're going to see a little bit more. So we have the different colors that they pulled out here. These are pretty much Erin Condren's normal colors that they use. They have like their set of colors, and they usually try to incorporate them in some way, shape, or form into the quote unquote main theme. So if we zoom in a little bit more, there. Okay, so we have the cover. And then this is the cover of April. So April is always this cornflower blue, and then it has the different Inspire swirls all around it. So we can get a good idea that this is what all of the tabs for the months are going to look like, except that it's probably going to be in the color for that month. And it looks like this month's quote is "Find the good every day." And then if we scroll down, we get a little quote from someone that worked on it. So this is from Tara. She's a creative director. "We knew we wanted a vibrant and abstract interior design option, and we're thrilled to collaborate with 𝗬𝗏 on this uplifting and joy-filled design." So we have a couple pictures here. It looks like, I'm assuming that's 𝗬𝗏's, the designer behind 𝗬𝗏's hand, using Procreate to design it. And I think that's her, if I remember correctly. I tend to be bad with faces, so yeah. Ackman mentioning you have a lot of stickers that you never use, so Canvas might be good for you anyway. Very, very good point. Yeah, I tend to hoard stickers myself, and then when I started designing them, it did not help. So we have wildflowers here. We have kind of our toned down, more neutral colors. For our floral lovers, we wanted delicate pastel watercolor foil that nodded to botanical illustrations in a fresh way. That's from 𝗬𝗚𝗜, the art director and illustrator. So here, I can't quite tell what month that is. I think it's February, and I can't even read that quote because it is small and in script, and I don't feel like zooming in. But we do get an idea of what those monthly pages are going to look like. And then we get another illustration here. Can do anything, but didn't have to do everything. Okay, I actually think that is a good quote because I do have a tendency to try to do everything, which then leads and has led to burnout. I know I talked about that last stream. That's something I'm still dealing with, but I have healed to some extent. And so I'm like, okay, I want to start back up with things in my life that I have loved in the past, but have stopped loving because they felt like work, but I think I'm going to love them again. That's kind of what happened with streaming for me, is that it's like, I like this in theory. I used to really like it, but I was just, because I was getting burned out from other stuff, it kind of got thrown in. Ackman, you stop buying Erin Condren pens. See if they come out with any that you want right now. Another way to color a planner out. That is a good point. I have so many pens, I can't even use them all. The funny thing is that I love colored pens, and then I always end up like just using one color, either black or like I'll choose a color or two colors for the day or the week or whatever. Next we have canvas, gray and linen. Let's be honest, this is gray and like off-white gray beige. I know they're giving it a cute name. We have dark gray and we have really light gray, gray beige. So this one says, ooh, I like this. Rest is productive. For the neutral lovers, we heard you, cough, cough, gray tabs. I know I mentioned that earlier. This is where I got it from. Our canvas design is a blank slate, perfect as it is, or for the starting point for stickers and more. That's from Lindsay, the Vice President, Product and Merchandising. And then they have the thing to the sneak peeks, which we just looked at. And then they have a little thing to shop for what's new. I think they, by the way, are still doing the sales for the 2023 planners. If you don't have a planner yet, I know we're like 3 months in, which is why they'd be doing sales for them. But yeah, if you don't have a planner or haven't tried Erin Condren planners and don't want to pay the full price, because again, as I will say, Erin Condren planners are not cheap. And I fully recognize this. So this can be a great way to, give the planners a try at a little bit of a discount. I went back to this because I didn't think we're going to need this screen share anymore, but I just went to the Erin Condren website to take a look, and yes, 50% off life planners, not an April Fool's joke. As you can see, this went up on April 1st. This is what their website looks right now. They have their coiled life planners, monthly, teacher lesson planner, academic planner. We have not heard anything about the monthly planner and the teacher lesson planner yet. They often do monthly, teacher, and academic planner after the life planner launch. This year, they actually already did academic. So I knew we were gonna get the sneak peek today, but I wasn't supposed to tell you we were. So technically, going over the academic planner was our backup plan. If you want me to do another stream or a video taking a look at the new academic planner, please let me know. It's something I would like to cover eventually, but I'm not sure how much of a priority it's going to be. But yeah, that is a pretty cover. Woo. And I like that they have if you can see that, they released this, I think this was the color blends dashboard that you use white pens on, and I like that they used this, they made the colors coordinate. Because I can speak, I swear. So yeah, I think we are in fact going to go back to my lovely face. Sarah, how do I see the extra page? Is the stuff that we just went over? That was an email that went out to Erin Condren Insiders. So if you are not already an Erin Condren Insider, I have a link down below. I think it specifically says, let me actually see what it says because it's right here and I can look at it fairly easily. So in the description box, under the Erin Condren links and deals section, there is a get $10 off your first Erin Condren purchase. So that will take you to a place where you can sign up, and there should be a little thing that you can, and that will like allow you to join the insider program. There's a little tick box that you can do that says, send me emails and stuff. I was gonna say emails and shit. I haven't decided exactly how much I'm swearing on these streams yet. I know YouTube does not like swearing at the beginning of the streams. Oh my goodness, my mouse is going nuts. But I have not decided exactly how much I want to swear after the first few minutes. So I just went to the link that's in the description so you guys can see my stupid autofiller is autofilling. But if you go to that link, this is the page. I zoomed in. This is the page that you'll come to. So it's just first name, last name, email address, create a password. You have to agree to the terms and conditions, and then it will automatically check sign me up for the newsletter and join the Erin Condren Insider Rewards program. I highly recommend joining the Erin Condren Insider Rewards program because you do get early access to some things, but more importantly, you do get rewards points that you can then use towards things. And I want to say it's like 1 or 2 points per dollar. I forget exactly what it is. But it is a pretty good program. Full disclosure, this is an affiliate link. I do get a commission as well as Erin Condren store credit if you use this, but it will also get you $10 off your first purchase. And then if you sign up for Erin Condren Techs, I didn't check all my links from last year. I should probably double check these to make sure they still work. Let me switch back here because I don't know exactly what's going to pop up. I'm pretty sure the link for sign up for texts and get 15% off still works. Let me just double check that one. Yes, it does. So if you go to that one, you can get 15% off your first purchase. But Erin Condren also has this little wheel that's sometimes popping up on their website where they will, like, it's one of those little things where you spin the wheel and you get a certain percent off and you can get up to 15%. I wouldn't be surprised if it's rigged so everyone gets 15, but you know, who knows? So anyway, that's how you can get some deals at Erin Condren if you have not made a purchase before. I also don't have one in front of me, but the planners tend to come with a little welcome packet, which have coupons for the next year. And I just realized that my bins that have all my Erin Condren stuff are right here. So I'm gonna slide off camera for a second. I'm gonna see if I can find one. Last year, we were able to use these welcome packets to get a discount off of next year's planner. Here is one. Oh, I totally just showed you how messy my place is that my body usually blocks. So, yay, messy coffee table. Okay, so here's a welcome packet. I ended up with a few of them because I got a couple different planners last year. So let me go ahead and take a look at these coupons and see when they expire. Okay, 20% off your next purchase is you get 2, so 1 for you, 1 for a friend is the idea. And it looks like they expire the 20th of April. What is the day? I could have sworn one of these things said what the release date was. Oh, come on. Maybe it was at the top of the sneak peek. Oh my god. I am starting to hate this sneak peek page. Oh, early access. Here we go. It is at the top. And then I did weird things and it got all messed up. Okay, let me at least share my screen so you can see me struggling. I can't just scroll. I have to like wait for it to go to each one and then scroll. Here we go. Okay. Monday, April 24th is early access. Tuesday, April 25th is general launch. So these coupons are not good. They do expire before the launch. It was probably intentional. I wouldn't be surprised if last year's was kind of an oversight because I think they released them a little early last year than they have previously. So yeah, if you want to use this, you do have to use it ahead of time. I'm taking a look at the fine print now. Okay, it says it does not stack with any other offer. Can't be used for seasonal surprise boxes, subscriptions, bundled e-gift cards, gift card shipping, taxes, custom fees, or any other charges. I was going to see if it would stack with their like 50% off dated planners or other sales that they have going on. It looks like it doesn't, but you could always try. So yeah. All right, I do have to go relatively soon. I mentioned earlier that I did this a little bit earlier in the day than I usually do due to schedule constraints. Though I have to say for my preferred flow of the day, I kind of like doing it early. But I also want to make sure this is convenient for you guys. So I'd like to hear for at least the next couple of weeks, because we're going to get at least 2 more sneak peeks. Do you want to do the sneak peek live streams a little later in the day or earlier in the day? Do you have a preference? I'm not going to guarantee anything, but I will try to keep your preferences in mind when choosing the actual time. There will definitely be a stream next Monday, and the Monday after, and then usually the actual launch week goes a little crazy because not only is there a lot to do, but I usually do a shop with me, and I know I mentioned I'm getting the PR box, but I almost always still do a shop with me when I guess I've only gotten the PR box once before, but I do plan on going in because there's at least one thing I want that they're not going to have in said PR box, so I will be doing a shop with me. It just might not be extensive as it has some other years because I will have already gotten some stuff. Courtesy of Erin Condren. Thank you for sending me things, Erin Condren. So I'll do that. Last year, we also did a stream, like right when they launched it. They launched it at 9 p.m. the night before. And so that was a ton of fun. I'd love to do that again. So yeah, launch week is going to be a little crazy. But it should be a lot of fun. So if you are interested in seeing all that, just make sure you're subscribed and ring the bell. I'm also thinking about putting together a text list because I know that YouTube doesn't always send out the notifications, even if you have the bell rung, and I know there's like settings in your phone that can also turn it on, and it's this whole thing. So I'm going to look into that so that for people who do want a more guaranteed notification system, you do have that option. I haven't done the research I need for it yet. So, yeah. So I did say that I have to go soonish because I do have other stuff that I have to do today. And as I mentioned at the very beginning, I am going to film an actual video going over this stuff and try to get it up within the next day or so. I'm not going to promise I'm going to do that every week. I'm going to kind of do it the first week and see how it goes. But I know that a lot of times last year, people were like, you're too wordy during a stream. I don't have time to listen to you. And I'm like, fine, whatever. I talk a lot. But I was thinking it would be kind of fun to do this year. And I thought I'd give it a try. Plus, I have the lovely Leah, who has kindly offered to help me edit. We have a work trade going. And so instead of the other work trade stuff she usually does for me, she has offered to help me edit, which I am very grateful to her for. So I'm going to go through the chat and respond to stuff. And then I'm going to let you guys go. I also have a couple other things that I just want to tell you about what's going on that I forgot to say in a minute ago, but I'll just say it at the end. So let's see. Lynn's saying just start saving up for them 2 weeks ago. Oh, the planners. Yeah, it takes a little bit of saving up. These planners are not cheap. Patricia, you have a ton of points expiring in July. You're leaning towards wildflowers or canvas. You need to see the week views. Part of you wants to go back to horizontal. Interesting. Yeah. I, for the most part, am a horizontal, or I'm a vertical person. But I've had very limited personal success planning horizontally, and everybody's planning style is so individual that what works for me might not work for you. So like, I think I started trying to do a series like how to pick like a planner, but it really ended up being like a planner 101, like here are all the options sort of thing, because I can't tell you what the best planner is. I mean, the best planner is the planner that you're going to use. I happen to like the Erin Condren planners because I think they're pretty and the paper is like lovely and thick and beautiful. And yeah, I like the colors and I like being able to customize your cover or have different options, even though I often don't get text put on it. But yeah, best planner is the planner you're going to use, whatever layout or brand that happens to be. I just happen to like Erin Condren. I always like to say that, by the way, as somebody who does really like Erin Condren and is an Erin Condren affiliate. I don't want anyone to feel pressured that just because we talk a lot about Erin Condren planners around here, that they are the end-all be-all when it comes to planners. For a variety of reasons, someone might not want to get an Erin Condren planner. Either it's not your jam for one reason or another. As I've mentioned, they are expensive planners. So you do, if you're on a big budget, sometimes you can't afford that. So yeah, just because you're here and we're geeking out about how pretty these planners are, don't feel like you have to buy one if it's not in the budget or if it's not your cup of tea. I never want anybody to feel pressured. Same with, I know I've mentioned like, oh, buy from my sticker shop. I never want you to feel pressured to like go buy something if you don't want to. I appreciate the support, but even just like the view, thumbs up is awesome. And I appreciate that too. So yeah, I'm going out of my way to say no pressure. But if you are going to make a purchase from Erin Condren and use my affiliate link, I would really appreciate it because it helps the channel. Okay. Sharon saying I want the impossible unbound and not punched. So interesting story. I heard, this was years and years ago, and I forget who it was. Somebody, when they checked out in Erin Condren, from their Erin Condren website, left a little note or something like that. Can I get it unbound? And they actually did it. I think that person still had to cut off the binding to do whatever they wanted to do with it. So I'm not sure if you can get unpunched, but I mean, you can always take the binding out if you really want that to go. And then you could, I guess, cut off the pages. It would take a while, but if you have a paper cutter, it wouldn't be that bad. Excuse me. Ackman, you took some of your expiring points and converted them into a $10 off coupon so that it wouldn't expire until almost next year. Ooh, that is an awesome trick. Thank you for mentioning that. I didn't even think about that, but it makes perfect sense. Ooh. I love that. Now, question, when you did that, were you able to do a digital gift card or did you have to do a physical one? Because I know I tried to do that a few years ago for a giveaway, tried to get a digital gift card, and they wouldn't let me buy it with my points. So I had to get a physical one and then like give the numbers to someone because I didn't want to mail. I'm like, it's a gift card. I'm not going to mail it. Here's the info. You need to redeem it. So yeah. Patricia, you have $30 in points. You don't need a planner before September start. I think it only costs like $5 or $10 extra to get one that is 18 months. So that could be a good idea if you're an academic planner person. And by the way, you don't have to be in school to be an academic planner person. There are some pages that are specific for school, and but there are also some of those fields that would be very easily changed over from like classes to projects or different things. And the weekly pages themselves, definitely not school specific. So if you like academic planners and are not in school, absolutely no judgment whatsoever. But anyway, what I was going to say is that I'm pretty sure those have a little bit more flexibility with the actual start month, whereas the life planners, I think your options are July start, January start, or give me like the rest of the months of this year and then all of next year, if that makes sense. By the way, my throat is getting a little hoarse. Not hoarse, but like sore. So I'm trying to take big breaths and drink a little bit more. Alice, you're the one who gets the flower theme. You love it, and it might be a healthy obsession you have with flowers. You understand that it's all but the same, but you love them. Thank you, because I know that there was a little bit of hate on the flower themes earlier, and I will not pretend like I wasn't one of them. The flower themes are not my favorite, but I think they have a place. And that's, I want to make that clear, is that they do have a place. And so I'm glad that we have someone here who actually likes them. So we're not completely dunking on them. Because again, just because something is not your cup of tea does not mean it's not someone else's. Yeah. I went to an arts high school and I had a very similar attitude towards like art. I realized, I'm like, just because I don't get that art or I don't like that art doesn't mean it's not art. And that's kind of how it is with a lot of these things. Like, unless you can see a fatal flaw as to why something shouldn't be done or why it's actively hurting you, just leave space for it, because someone's going to like it probably. Ackman mentioning that the coupons expire before launch this year. I already looked up myself, but thank you. If I'd looked at the chat, you probably would have told me ahead of time. Patricia, you predicted since last year the launch would be $4.25 based on the coupon code. Last year was an anomaly. Yeah. Ackman, you have a coupon that you have to use before launch or just might not and lose it. If you have something you want to buy, then use it. If not, then don't worry about it, because there's always going to be something more to buy from Erin Condren. And if you were going to buy something anyway, then, you know, getting the 20% off is great. But you also, if I'm remembering correctly, live near a store. I was going to say, like, you always have to pay shipping twice, but you could actually go into a store and don't have to worry about the shipping. So, yeah. Let's see. Lainey, you like times earlier because you can watch while working. I actually love streams that are earlier in the day too, because I can watch while working. I don't tend to watch streams in the like late afternoon, evening. So maybe we will do streams a little bit early in the day. As I said, it works a little bit better with like my daily flow. Do it earlier. I tend to be a lot lower energy towards the end of the day, and I usually kind of perk up by, you know, talking to you guys, but it would be kind of nice to not feel like I have to force it at the beginning quite as much. Not that I feel like I ever am here and don't feel like hanging out with you guys, but, you know, sometimes it can be hard to get going, and it's just a little bit easier to get going at the beginning of the day, assuming I'm prepared, which is not always something that happens. And the other thing is that for anybody who can't make it earlier, you can always watch the replay. And by the way, I've said this before and I'll say it again. Huge thank you to the replay crew. I actually really love you guys. And it's you guys that will eventually help me reach monetization, because YouTube is stupid and does not count live hours towards monetization. I'm not bitter at all. I swear. Not bitter. Anyway. Whew. Sarah, the focus planner has only been horizontal. Good catch. I'm sure I knew that once upon a time. I forgot about it. I still think that they could combine the canvas and focused into something that fits both audiences, as long as they had all the different layouts. Patricia, other planners, you also use a TN plus EC. TN, I'm sure I know what that is, but I cannot place it. It will be a while until I see it, probably. I mean, I'm not too far up in the chat. Let me know what that is, because I'm blanking. Ackman might not be the best option, but Erin Condren does offer Afterpay. But then you're making payments like every 2 weeks, but you're not paying the full amount at checkout. Yeah. True. That is an option. Yeah. I mean, it's better than putting it on a credit card and having to pay interest. What I will say is that it can be a very slippery slope, like saying, oh, I'll pay for everything over time, because then you end up with all these things that you're paying for over time, and it ends up, it's very easy to start spending outside of your means. So, but that is a good point. And I will also say, sometimes you really do have to treat yourself. And I don't mean that in like treat yourself and like do things like you don't need or don't want all the time just because you're treating yourself. But, you know, if you are on a tight budget, a lot of times you don't have the money or opportunity to like get something really nice. And so if like you don't get you don't splurge on yourself very often, and like this is one of the few splurges you have, even if it's like kind of tough, but like you enjoy a nice planner, go for it. Let's see. Patricia, you did not like In Bloom, but you do like the new Wildflower. Yeah, as I said earlier, the different floral options are kind of subtle, but they are all different. That they're just very subtle, especially if you're not looking at them all the time. Whereas a lot of the other options do have a lot more variance year to year. And then Sarah's the opposite. You like In Bloom, but not Wildflowers. Ooh, Ackman, you bought some of those mystery boxes at their last sale and ended up getting 2 water bottles and a desk tray with a whiteboard on top in the rose color. Nice. Water bottles sound good. I'm going to see if they still sell the water bottles. I want them to sell mugs and not just in seasonal surprise boxes. Please and thank you. I've been saying this for years. Mugs. I was a coffee fiend for many years. Right now I'm a tea fiend. I don't know why. Occasionally I go through phases of not being a coffee fiend, and I'm in one of those phases currently. But I am making a lot of hot chocolate. So tea and hot chocolate are my things. But yeah, tea. I love my tea. By the way, my favorite tea currently is cranberry pomegranate from Target. And I drink it with a lot of stevia in it because I like sweet teas. Lynn, teacher planners. Yeah, we have an the teacher planner. That's what the, yeah, that, that, and then Patricia, Traveler's Notebooks. See, I knew it was something obvious. Leather cover with strings and inserts. Yeah. Elizabeth, thank you on the mugs. I hope they do that. Ooh, Lynn, I like this idea. For next year's planners, you'll be saving $5 a week starting May 1st. Ackman, I should just send Tev a lot of the old notebooks that I thought he would use and never have. Oh my God. I went down the wrong way. So, word to the wise, Don't laugh and take a drink of something at the same time. Bad idea. Sharon, you went back to disc. Oh my god. Okay, give me a sec. Okay, maybe I can speak now. We shall see. Sharon went back to discs so you can take a lighter planner to work. Oh my goodness. My voice just does not want to talk. I was going to go soon anyway. I might go a little bit sooner since my voice has decided to not work since I, breathed tea. That's my fault. No worries. But I love the idea of disc planners. I wish I could use them, but for some reason, like the practicality of having the disc there bothers me so much more than a spiral does. And I just can't do it. But interesting, I was at the dollar store the other day and I did see disc planners and the discs. Not that discs are very expensive to buy if you just want to buy the discs. And then you can also you can buy a punch that goes with them if you want to make your own. So that is always an option. What I was trying to say is that I seem to have a lot of notebooks that I don't use, but it's never like the exact kind of notebook that I want for some weird reason. There's always something that not necessarily is wrong with it, but not that I can't decide. Well, that is actually the case for one of them. I'm trying to put together a knitting notebook. I told you guys I've been really into knitting lately. Before we go, I'm going to show off my sock that I just finished because I'm really happy about it and really proud of it. Baby sock for the second one. But anyway, I want to put patterns and notes in there. And I'm trying to figure out which notebook I want to do. But anyway, sock! I made it. So yeah, I'm very proud of my sock. This is my second pair of socks. It fits better than the first. I've also been wanting to try dyeing my own yarn and then maybe selling it because I need another business apparently because I already sell stickers. But yeah, there is a life update. 𝗬𝗏 loves knitting right now. Start calling 𝗬𝗏 a nitwit. I mean, you know what? I don't have a problem with that. I also don't have a problem with the term crazy cat lady. I know that there are negative connotations. For me, it's just kind of a joke, but yeah. So, first off, glad my voice is back. Breathing tea, don't recommend. 0 out of 10. So, what I was going to say is there are a couple other things that are coming up that I just want to give you a heads up on now so that you kind of know what dates they are going forward. So as I said, we shall be doing live streams every Monday throughout the launch, looking at all of the sneak peeks. I have not exactly decided which time I shall be doing yet. I'm literally looking for the list that they had for affiliates about dates, but I can't find it now, so I guess I'm gonna have to do this by memory. So next, what is it, 2-3 Mondays? I'm looking at my calendar now. And no, you guys don't get to see my calendar. So this is the 3rd. We have the 10th and the 17th, and then it releases on the 24th. So on the 10th and the 17th, there will be a live stream. I have not decided what time of day yet. If you have a specific type of day, let me know. Also, let me know what time zone you're in, because morning Eastern time is very different than morning Pacific time. And is even, Pacific time is even more different than like if you're in Australia or England or other places. So yeah, just let me know generally what time zone you're in, unless you're in Pacific time, and then, because I'm in Pacific time, you can just say that. But anyway, but yeah, generally let me know what time works for you, and I will take that into consideration. I'm thinking I'll probably do it earlier, but we shall see. 17th is also when the embargo lifts. I'm like 99% sure. I'm pretty sure it's the 17th. So that I think I can check very quickly, actually. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Here I am trying to give you guys info. We know I'm like getting tired because I feel like I can't talk I can't ramble on forever anymore. That's okay. I'm pretty sure the 17th is when the embargo lifts. So I'm hoping I will have a video ready that can go live on that day. That is pre-filmed. That way it can go up right when the embargo lifts, and then we can do a live stream maybe later in the week. Have not figured that out yet. If you're still here after I, tried to inhale tea and then couldn't speak for a minute apparently because I couldn't think. So yeah, I just want to give you a heads up. That week there will be something extra, whether it's an extra live stream or a video or both. I'm also thinking about doing a live stream like maybe Saturday or maybe Friday this week. And the reason is that Erin Condren is doing an affiliate town hall on Thursday, April 6th. And I know last year we got a lot of really great insight from the affiliate town hall, but I don't know if all of that will be under embargo until like the 17th. They might say like, hey, you can't talk about all of this until this time. I don't know. So I don't want to officially schedule that until I know if I can talk about it or not. I'll probably try to aim for Saturday because I know that some of you guys really like the weekend, and I know I was having streaming issues on the weekends a couple of years ago, but that was kind of in the height of I don't know if YouTube still doesn't like the P word, the Rona. And so now that people aren't like stuck in their houses, the internet has gotten a little bit better in my area. So I might be okay streaming on the weekends now. We'll see. Worst case scenario, I can always just film a video and put it up, and then we can chat in the comments. And then tentatively on the 23rd, if the life planners are releasing at 9 p.m. like they did last year, we'll do a like release party, and then probably like a shop with me on the 24th or the 25th, and then another like unboxing when I get with the stuff that I buy. So anyway, I just wanted to kind of give you a heads up of what I know about so far that is coming up. So if you want to be reminded anytime I go live or post things, do make sure to subscribe, ring the notification bell, and then make sure you've enabled all of YouTube's like preferences, and then pray to the YouTube gods that you actually get the notification. I am going to look into a text notification system. It might only be available for the US, but I'll see what I can do. I don't have much of a budget, but I'll see what I can do. But I think that's going to be it. I'm obviously running out of steam, but guys, I have had so much fun today. So much fun. Thank you to everybody who has shown up and has chatted with me in the chat during the live stream and given your input. This has been so awesome. And also a huge thank you to everybody who is watching the replay, because I want to chat with you in the comments too. So go ahead and leave a comment. Oh, okay. I feel like I should say something more eloquent when signing off, but I can't think of anything. So bye.